Alright, so I'm doing this video for my good buddy Matt, also known as Perverted Anime on YouTube, and he wanted my input on my favorite Oppai, which I personally don't really look into detail. I guess I noticed it, of course, because I'm a guy, but generally I think they're all the same, other than the only difference is really their size if you think about it, in anime at least. Of course, there are a few exceptions. There's some weird ones out there. But anyways, that's another story. But yeah, my favorite Oppai. So I guess if I were to pick one, it would be Ria's Grimory from High School DxD series. Why did I pick her? Well, recently, for a few months now, I kind of liked her. Of course, she has quite the sex appeal. If you didn't know, High School DxD is quite the edgy anime. A lot of nudity, and of course she appeared naked and nude in the series a few times. And of course, she's large, has a large chest, but she's also a very powerful character. She's the president of the student council in the series, and she comes from a noble family of devils. So there's really nothing much else to say, to be honest. I mean, of course her chest is large, but I just think she has a really big sex appeal to her, and yeah, that's just my pick really. Of course she's redhead too, which is a little different from your usual girls, which are mostly blondes and brunettes. But that's my pick. If I were to put out some honorable mentions, it would probably be Yoko Lindner from Girl and Logan series. I actually was a fan of her before I even watched the anime, but after watching the anime, I actually had a bigger appreciation for her as a character, and I can see why she's a lot of people favor her as a good, or a lot of people would like her as a character. I can see why. Halfway through the show, I don't know, she sort of became cold, and yeah, due to a particular event, which I would not mention because it's kind of like a spoiler. But yeah, she was a bitch after that. I didn't really like her after halfway through the series, but she's still definitely a sexy character. She's always in her bikini and short shorts, and her signature flames on her bra and her sniper rifle. So that's one of my honorable mentions. My second honorable mention would probably be Satellizer El Bridget. No, is that how you say it? Satellizer El Bridget? Yeah. Bridget El Satellizer. I'll get back to you guys on that. Okay, it was Satellizer El Bridget. But yeah, I picked her because she's my favorite character from, my second favorite character from the series Freezing. And basically the series is about a bunch of girls with a bunch of powers, if I remember correctly. And Bridget is ranked #1 in the academy. So I believe it's called genetics. I don't know, it's been a while since I read the manga or watched the anime. Speaking of which, second season is coming out, I'm pretty excited. But yeah, she also has a very large chest, as most of the girls are, probably on this list. I'm pointing at you, Matt. But anyways, and yeah, she's a large chest, but she's also a very powerful character, kind of similar to Ria's and Yoko in a way. And she wields a large blade, which is awesome. And yeah, Bridget, pretty cool character. Also cool name, Satellizer. Pretty interesting. That's probably my second honorable mention, yeah. Last but not least, I'll just throw a random honorable mention, and it's gonna be a little different from your typical Oppais. But Chihiro from the series Ia Patella of Memories, big fan, or I believe it's Melodies or Memories, one of those two. Anyways, from the series Ia, which probably most people don't know about, and it's actually quite highly rated, and I had it as my favorite because it's awesome. The story is cool. Anyways, the background. Chihiro is, she has a condition where she forgets or she can't remember after like a day. She forgets everything, so it's kind of sad how she has to write everything in a diary or a little notebook to keep track of what happened the day before. But she's not exactly the big breasted typical chick, but she's nicely proportioned, I guess. I wouldn't really talk about her in like a sexy way. She's kind of more like the cute form, which sort of doesn't really fit this list, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. Yeah, I just want to mention her because I thought she was pretty cute. But yeah, this sort of turned out to be like my favorite girls more than my favorite Oppais, to be honest. But Matt wanted my input, so there you go, Matt. That's my thing, and hopefully I get to collaborate with you even more. You know, we do a lot of stuff in the background which people don't know about. See you guys next time.